Hey, and welcome to another episode of The Influential Nonprofit. Why is this podcast called The Influential Nonprofit, you might ask? Well, because influence is the most important skill you can have as a leader, especially in the nonprofit space. And why is it so important specifically to nonprofit leaders? That's because in influence, it is the art of getting people you have no authority over to do what you want them to do, and not just do it because they have to, do it because they choose to. And in our nonprofit world, there's a lot of people that you need to do something, right? There's a lot of people that you have no authority over, and yet them doing something for you is incredibly critical to your mission, to your most important work, Enrolling people in your vision is key to your success. Your ability to do that is absolutely critical to your success. And that's why in my years in working as a nonprofit consultant, strategist, marketing expert for years and years and years, and I realized what is the fundamental thing? What is that one thing that we need that if we had it, we could be successful? And that is influence, having influence, showing up as an influential leader. Influential people, they are authentic. They're more relaxed. They get more done. There's less conflict, even though it's okay to have conflict sometimes. They can navigate other people's feelings more easily. It's the difference between every day waking up, strapping your nonprofit to your shoulders, and getting in a river raft and going down rapids and getting thrown from water to rock to rock to water to water to rock. And instead of getting up and getting on the river and having your organization next to you, having every supporter you've ever had, your board, and you're all powering down a gentle river together. Like if you can imagine feeling that way every day, feeling like calm, confident, supported, safe, proactive, full of opportunity, full of joy for those that you help and those who help you. That's what being an influential leader feels like. What I see, I talk to a lot of folks every day. I have the privilege and joy of doing that. Is we're giving our power away. And what I mean by this is quite simply, I'm looking for other people to dictate how I feel. If this person does this, I feel good. If I have, a full board at the meeting, I feel good. If my donors give, I feel good. If somebody calls me back, I feel good. If they don't do those things, I feel bad. This person didn't call me back. Oh, they're not getting back to me. I feel stuck. I feel trapped. I feel like I'm like a gerbil on a wheel, that kind of thing. That's where I see a lot of pain come from. And, in influence, an influential leader shifts that narrative. And from going to somebody who needs other people to feel good, instead, we know ourselves and we cultivate our own energy ourselves so that we stay sovereign. What I mean by sovereign, right? Like we stay sovereign no matter the circumstance. So it's not about the outcome. It's not about what I'm going to get from people. It's about staying sovereign no matter the circumstance. So nobody gets to tell me if I'm a good fundraiser or not, because I tell myself that. And it doesn't, whether somebody gives or not does not dictate my worth. It only tells me that that wasn't the right thing for them. So the first step of mastering the art of influence, of showing up as an influential leader, is knowing yourself. It's not about anybody else. And a lot of times, especially because we're so loving and giving, we're nonprofit people, we're like, oh, I want to train my staff first. I'll save myself last. Opposite. Let me tell you opposite, because they're never going to go higher as you go. Okay. When you raise your game, they will come with you. I promise 100%. When you raise your, I have dozens of people who can testify to this. When you raise your game, they will come with you. They just will. They will respond to you differently. You're not going to announce that I'm influential now. You just show up, and whatever you said before didn't land. And when you say it now, it does. And it's because you did the inner work to raise your game, to raise your standards. And then people respond to you differently. And that is the biggest shift. Is it's less about what others do and more about understanding how your own thoughts and feelings contribute to your everyday decision making, and understanding how it shows up for other people, so you can be a better navigator, negotiator, communicator, everything you need to be. Leaders who have influence they're more productive. There's less cleanup conversations, better relationships. You can navigate sticky situations. There's actually less of them. And then the ones that are sticky, drama, difficult, whatever, you have the skills to navigate them, that it doesn't exhaust you, that it doesn't wear you down, that it doesn't, make you want to punch a wall. All of those things, right? I believe 100%, I believe that each person has natural influence, and it shows up for each person in a different way. So how I am influential may not be how you're influential. You know how I'm influential? The microphone. When I speak, when I light up, I light other people up. And I've had people in my life who tried to dim that light over the years. They didn't like it. I had to learn. I didn't have to. I chose to learn, right? That energy of choice, that's so important. I chose to embrace my natural influential ability. And the more I did that, the more successful I became. Boom. What? Are you kidding me? Of course. Yes. And you will too, because it's in you. And sometimes we get these messages that were implanted in us a really long time ago by people in our lives when we were very young, that often get in the way of how we're communicating and showing up in our present day. Because we're hiding a light, we're maybe dismissing or not honoring a skill or a gift we have. So the first step is knowing yourself and honoring how you show up uniquely. And then being able to see that in another person so that they light up and they enroll in your vision. I don't know where we got this idea that we had to push or convince or sell, beg people to do something. When we do those things, we give away our power. And, it's okay. And the thing is, an influential leader asks for what they want because they aren't attached to the outcome, because they can navigate the feelings of rejection or whatever's on the other side of that ask. When the more you're able to feel, the more you're able to do. Like, if you can feel anything, you can do anything. And influential leaders understand how their thoughts and feelings play into their everyday decision making, and they can navigate that. And they know how to navigate, and in a way that feels really good, really easy, and really aligned. Again, I practice this every single day. This is what my clients and the people I coach and train work on every single day. If you're the kind of person that's like, I feel like I'm doing pretty good, and yet I know I can do better, I love that. Because it's like, yeah, I'm getting it. And also there's just something that's beyond me that I know is there and I can't quite access it. And for me, that's your influential leadership. That's what's there. Because once you have that, again, it unlocks everything. Imagine easily enrolling people in your vision so that they choose to do it, and dealing with your board that way, easily enrolling people in your vision. They're doing what you want them to do. They're choosing to do it for your donors. How much easier communications and marketing would be. People are like, "Ooh, what's this? I'm excited." Imagine partnerships in your community, even the staff and even the people you do have authority over. They're choosing. There it comes from the energy of choice. Influential leaders come from the energy of choice. I'm choosing this. I don't have to. I get to. I don't have to. I choose to. I want to. I'm excited to. That's a whole different, I need, I must, I have. That's some low energy stuff. And sure, you can make people do something or try to make people do something, but it's only going to cause a little bit of resentment. So when we work with our natural influence, the thing that is inside of you, that I know it is, because it shows up differently for everyone. When we unlock that, you become an incredibly powerful leader that can marshal resources anytime you want. Anytime you want. So that you can stop this idea of feeling like pushed and pulled all day long and stand in that sovereignty, that undefended queen, that person in command, right? I don't need to push. I don't need to make, because people just do what I want, because I know how to tap into them. I know how to enroll them in my vision. So this sounds good for you. Let me just say, I am happy to talk to you about this. Here's what I do. Okay. And it's not just me, but like I have coached and trained dozens and hundreds of people in mastering the art of influence to be a more effective, leader, fundraiser, whatever you want to be. It really starts with this foundational skill that I have clients, my client, Kylie. Hi, Kylie. She has learned to be a master major gifts a fundraiser, really connecting with people in a deep and meaningful way, raising more money more easily, and doing it in a way that feels joyful to her. I had a workshop the other day, and one of my past course participants, her name's Courtney, said she's on a committee and for her work, and they have to raise all this money, and like people are really panicked, and they're like, "Courtney, why aren't you panicked?" She's like, "Why would I be panicked?" Because she understands how to show up as a leader, because in influence, showing up as an influential leader means I cultivate what I want in the world. So if I want calm confidence, that's what I cultivate. And showing up as an influential leader means having deep trust in yourself and others that everything is working out as it should, that there is nothing to fear. And she's like, because it's going to be great, because I understand I am influential. And it was like, wow, that is so cool. And other people, people that I work with, they get better jobs, they get promotions. I've had bosses call me and tell me, thank you so much for working with my COO, because she is showing up in a super strong way. I have had people that I coach and train, they go and they're enrolling sponsors in a whole new and easier way, and they're getting more sponsors than they ever have before, and they're delightful, and they're delighted to do it. It takes away the have to, I need to, I want to, and gets to the I get to, I choose to, I'm excited to, I can't wait to. And isn't that a better world to be in? So if that's something you think you want, we can talk about it. Here's the thing. I'm a big believer in the group coaching model. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm part of a group. I have a group that I am a part of. And this is how I've learned to really maximize and just get amazing outcomes for the people who join my group coaching program. But if I'm going to teach you how to be influential, I can't do that by myself, right? Like obviously, because influence means enrolling other people in a vision. So it's good to have other people around so we could practice enrolling them in a vision. So I do a course. It's called Up Level Your Influence. We're starting in February, Tuesday, February 6th. It's a 6-week course. We meet for 90 minutes twice a week. It is I'm going to call this a game changer. One participant told me, I didn't know I was getting a whole new operating system. Yes, yes, you are. Because it's not just about work, it's about any aspect of your life where you want to enroll people in a vision. If you yourself are sitting on boards or committees, because we're all busy, we all do cool stuff, these are skills that could translate to any aspect of your life. If this is something that interests you, I'll just tell you straight out because all my prices are public. The 6-week course is $19.97. All right. If that's something that you're like, yes, I want that, and that feels like it's a value, you can book a call with me and let's talk. Let's just, and I release the outcome, as you know, it's fine. I always enjoy meeting people, whether or not you're right for the course or the course is right for you. You'll get lots of insight into how you can practice greater influence in your life every day. What I guarantee from this course is that you will understand that how you are the most influential leader possible, be able to show up that way, be able to do it consistently, and be able to enroll others around you in the same skills. So, because when you raise your game, they'll come with you. They will come with you. People in your life, when you raise your standards, people in your life will either come with you or they'll fade away. I swear it happens all the time. I can tell you story after story of people who grew into be an influential leader, and the people in their life either came with them or faded away. I'll just give you a quick story of this woman who took my course a couple years ago. And she said, Maryanne, I said, how do you want it to be? How do you want it to be better? She goes, I want people to think we're credible because we do really, really good work. And I want people to think we're credible. And I'm like, okay. I said, and so what she was doing is she was waiting for other people to say, you're credible. Now I can be credible. And I said, no, you decide. You decide. We're credible. Are you credible? Yeah. So then you decide, because when you believe it, they will. She was looking for which is fine. This is how we all come into this work, right? I want somebody to look at me this way. Great. You got to look at yourself that way first. So she took the course. She's like, dang, I have power. I'm feeling, yes, she had 2 people in her life that were bringing her down. They were also very important people in her community. And one person moved, so that was easy. Bye. The other person, he called her and she got super, super nervous. And she's like, why is he calling me? And he called her to give her some big award that this organization had received. When she decided they were credible, they became credible. I just opened a magazine the other day, saw her in it as a influential leader in our community. Like, come on. But it was inside her all the time. That's the thing. It is inside you. All I do is unlock it. I unlock it, identify it, teach you how to make it show up consistently, and teach you how to make you show up in others. That's what I do. And you're off. And so the course is $19.95. And if you had one better relationship with a donor, a more active board, right? Any of those things would happen, it'd be worth the price for sure, right? So you only need one person, one donor, one board member, one staff person. Oh, and it's worth it. I 100%. This is the best thing I do. I love every minute that I do this. It is absolutely positively transformational. I 100% money back guarantee that. 100%. So if you're interested, let's talk about it. I have a link in the show notes that you can book a call with me and we can talk about it. Whether or not the course is right for you or you're right for the course, you will leave having a better sense of who you are as an influencer and how you can have that show up more regularly in your life. And that is 100% certain. And also, I just like meeting people and I really love doing these calls. And I get a lot of value out of them as well. And I really get a lot of value meeting people and being able to tap into them. It's a little bit strategy session. group, therapy session and intuitive reading, kind of all combined, but you will leave. If the course is right for you, we can talk about it. And if not, you'll still get tons of wisdom around how you can show up to be a person of influence. That's what I truly want for you, because that's what I truly, truly believe is what we need in this world. We don't need commanders. We don't need bosses. We need influential leaders. We need leaders who are going to work with people. We need leaders who are confident, who are calm, who don't create conflict. They don't need to criticize, they coach, right? They don't need to bring people down, they bring them up. Because if we're all here up leveling, even in our space, our beautiful nonprofit space, if we're all here to just lift each other up, imagine the work we could do. Imagine how much more powerful and effective. Imagine what you could get done if you unlock this. I want to see that now. So you can book a call with me in the show notes. Feel free, and let's talk about it. And just, remember, you are influential. It's all inside of you. We're just going to unlock it together. There's really nothing you can do that you can't do easier with it showing up as an influential leader. So that's it for me for this episode of The Influential Nonprofit. I will see you next time.